Alright, Shalom, Yashala. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to you, Akim. Out there pushing the truth in love and sincerity and charity with all humility. Okay, this is the brother YASHAWAN from the GMS Farmers Camp back here with another brief lesson. The name of this lesson is entitled Salakia. The name of this lesson is entitled Slopping Up. In bracket, babbling is one with no understanding. Slopping up is one with no understanding. Alright? Slopping up is one with no understanding. That's one who are always talking. Okay? Empty barrel. As we know, empty barrel makes the most loudest noise. They have nothing inside them. Okay? So therefore, you could tell they have no understanding. When you see them slopping up like that, talking, just babbling. That's one without understanding. Don't know nothing. Alright? So let's get Sirach chapter 20, verse 5 to 8. Alright? It says, there is one that keepeth silence and is found wise. Because majority of the time, one who don't talk much, he tend to be more wise than the one who always talking. And another, by much babbling, become hateful. People begin to start saying, man, why don't you shut your mouth, man? You're talking too much. Give you about time to think. Okay? Stuff like that. People begin to start, they hate you, man. You know, because you're talking too much. People don't even want to be around you. Alright? Some man holdeth his tongue because he had not to answer. Alright? So if somebody's speaking, okay, and you don't have no question or anything like that, he would hold his tongue. He would listen. And some keep it silent, know it is time. And the one, he's gonna wait till the one finish speaking to say what he had to say. He's not gonna interject, okay, while a man speaking. Alright? For example, when a wise man will hold his tongue till he see an opportunity. Okay? So if someone talking garbage, alright, and you know they talking garbage, okay, you gotta correct them on that. Alright, so when they finish talking, then you know, an opportunity presents itself, then it's time for you to step in and correct it. Okay? So a wise man will hold his tongue till he see opportunity. But a babbler and a fool will regard no time. Alright, because they won't talk while another man talking. Okay? Some cases they won't talk over the man who's talking. Alright? With he that useth many words shall be abhorred, and he that taketh himself authority therein shall be hated. Okay, so you talking. You know, you don't get nobody time to talk. Alright? So people can avoid you. When time for you getting together with them or whatever, they can avoid you, but they ain't gonna be around you. Alright? And this shows to man the difference between us Hebrew Israelites than those in the world. Because we know the truth. Okay? We wise men. Alright? And the Lord tells us to let our words to be few. Okay? Comprehending much in few words. Okay? So a little bit of words you could say could carry weight. Whereas one who talking carry none. Alright? For his one say, there is a reproof that is not comely. Again, some man holdeth his tongue and he is wise. You see? Because he can know what to say. Alright? He can be attentive. He can listen. Alright? He can go on Yapping, 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 yapping. Alright? So talk less would lead to wisdom, but the babbler will not hold his peace. Okay, because why? He's a babbler. He's a fool. Job 13 and 5. Okay? Job chapter 13 and verse 5. They say, oh, that ye would altogether hold your peace, and it should be your wisdom. You see? Know when to shut up and know when to speak. Okay? Especially when it comes to these scriptures. One who talking like a clamorous woman. Alright? That's just what it is, like a clamorous woman. And man's supposed to be clamorous. Okay? Man's supposed to be a babbler. But yet, you get man who's babblers. Okay? They're getting on with this, they're getting on with that. Having no understanding of what they're getting on with. Okay? Even a fool, if he hold his peace, is counted as wise. As the scripture says, let's get that Proverbs 17 and 28. Alright? Proverbs 17 and 28. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. You see that? Because why? He holdeth his peace. And this fool, alright, this is one who do foolish things like commit adultery. Okay? Break the laws of the Most High. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. And he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. You see, because he can know what to say and when to say. He can know when to open his mouth to speak. Alright? And only men of the Lord are wise men. Prudent. Okay? I ain't talking about the wise of the world, because the wise of the world are nothing. Okay? They are nothing. Alright? Let's get Proverbs 10 and 19. Okay? Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 19. In the multitude of words, there wanting not sin, but he that refraineth his lips is wise. You see? So, one who's slopping up, okay? Slopping up is one who is without understanding. Okay? He ain't wise. Because he can talk everything. He can talk all his business. He can talk all his mother business, his daddy business, his friend's business, his cousin, auntie, his uncle business, his boss business. He can talk everybody business. Okay, because he's one who's slopping up. He's a babbler. He's a talebearer. Okay, he carry business, people business. This is why the Lord told us to avoid slopping up. Okay? And even us, we should avoid people who always looking slopping up, who always talking, who always carrying news. Avoid them. Okay? Don't give them nothing to have on you. Let's get 1 Timothy 6 and 20. Alright? 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings, empty words, and oppositions of science falsely so called. So you have to avoid vain talking. Okay? Avoid it. So slapping up will only lead to ungodliness. Okay? You ever go around the bar? When you go around the bar and you see all those dudes and they just talking. Next thing you know, they fighting, trying to kill each other. In this brotherhood, we ain't like that. Okay? Now what we can be talking about is heavenly conversations, spiritual conversations that lead to comfort. Okay? Let's close up with this precept, 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15 to 19. We got this in this next Bible. Okay? 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needed not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Because now you study, you get understanding, you become wise, you fear the Lord. Okay? You will know when to speak and when not to speak. You will when an opportunity presents itself, you would interject. But shun profane and vain babbling. Profane outside the temple. If it ain't dealing with this truth, okay, don't get into it. For they will increase unto more ungodliness. You see that? When we rang our fellow co-workers, what are their conversations? All right, money, weed, hoes, adultery, abominations. Okay, that's their conversations. Politics. All right. The Lord said to what? Avoid them. And their word will eat as doeth a canker. Doeth a canker, which is cancer. Okay, and their word will eat as doeth a canker, of whom Hymenaeus and Phytillus, okay, who concerning the truth have erred. Okay, have erred. All right, straight. Because why? They are teaching against this truth. Saying that the resurrection is past already and overthrow the faith of some. Now, this is another reason why we must avoid these Christians. Okay, because they say the Lord is done away and is no more. All right. See what the scripture says? Saying that the resurrection is already past and overthrow the faith of some. So many of them believe that the Lord is done away with because they want to feed their flesh. You see? They want to commit adultery. They want to do all kind of sinful acts. So by Christianity saying like you ain't got to keep the law, just call on Jesus, you'll be all good. So what they do? They just transgress until they turn into iniquity. Okay? Nevertheless, the foundation of the Most High standeth sure. The foundation, which is word, is law, statutes, and commandments. This truth. Having the seal. Okay? The Lord knoweth them that are his. And we got to strive for the truth until the end. And let everyone that nameth the name of Mashiach departed from iniquity, departed from sin stocking. Okay? So avoid vain babbling. Stop slapping up. Okay? And we can get verse 19 in the CEB. Okay? Get verse 19 in the CEB version. Alright? They say God's solid foundation is still standing with this sign. The Lord knows the people who belongs to him. And everyone who confess the Lord's name must avoid wickedness. You see, so His name isn't Jesus, and his name isn't God. So this is why those Christians, they are wicked, because they ain't calling on Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Say, everyone who confesses the Lord's name must avoid wickedness. What name these Christians calling on? Jesus. What name the Rastafarians calling on? Okay, Selassie. Alright? So the Lord ain't dealing with these people. And even some who calling on the name of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, the Lord ain't dealing with. Okay, because why? They still doing wickedness. Alright? So yeah, man. Hey, Lord, well, this lesson was edified. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Makah Kodash. That belongs to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to you, Akim. Or just pushing the truth in love and sincerity and in charity with all humility. Okay, Shalom and a Bible Paul from Yashala.